All right, we are back this time with another binder/dex update. Been a while since I've done one of these, and since I've been doing 2 videos a week for the last month, there's been actually a lot of progress, and so I'm excited to get into it. We're gonna start with the beginning because that's how that works. So you have the full starters. I kind of like how the final evolutions played out a little bit because it kind of goes towards how I feel about them. You have Masquerada, which is the one which is the starter that I chose. Scarlet with like the gold rare, and then you have the Skeledirge, which is like my second favorite. Kind of like not the full. I think it's kind of double rare, and then just Quaquaval is Quaquaval. It's fun to say the name, but it's also just like right there. And then we move on to the next page. Have all of these here. Some nice arts. You got the Fletchinder art, Palma art, Scovet art. I am doing stacking for a few of these, so Houndour underneath the Houndoom, just so I can like fill out all the pages and whatnot. There's the Greedent underneath the Scovet here. I just have the Scovet out because it's a better artwork. So yeah, I do that for a few other things, a few other Pokemon. Example, Rookity here. I have Corvisquire and Corviknight here, but I have the Rookity art out because it just looks better. There are very few things that I'm missing now. I have a list of all the stuff that I still need and where they're available from. But for right now, I'm missing 35. So I can definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're very, very close to the end. However, I'm not going to be able to do a complete Pokedex, unfortunately, because some Pokemon are just not available. For example, here we see Azumarill, and then there's a Marill beneath that. But what we don't have is an Azurill, because Azurill is from a really, really old set. I think it's like Diamond and Pearl, and that is not readily available. And that goes for pretty much all the baby Pokemon. Azurill and Igglybuff, that would go here. Those are all in old packs. Pichu is another one in old packs. So once we get to like the Pikachu page, I think that's the next one, right? Yeah, so Pichu would go there, but since Pichu's only available in old packs, I can't get it. And when I say old packs, I mean stuff like the end of the Sword and Shield series and prior. Like the earliest quote-unquote old pack that I can find is Darkness Ablaze. So like anything before that is unable to find, since I'm doing most of these from like big box stores from like Target and Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy, like how you would as a kid. So I'm trying to avoid like online stuff like TCG Player and eBay, but unfortunately that means stuff like Pichu, stuff like Azurill, stuff like Igglybuff, since those are only available in like those super old packs, I don't super old, but like those retro packs, you can't really get those anymore. Those are just a few of the unobtainables. So I figure what I do is once I fill out everything else that I can, I just get those like 6 Pokemon that you can't really get from online and fill it out. But here we have the Fido, the Dash Bun. This is actually also a funny story, not the Hypno itself, but like what the Hypno is. So during my break from uploading, I went over my bulk. So like all the cards that I have opened for this project, and just out of curiosity and see if I missed anything. And it turns out I missed like 20 Pokemon that I just never added to here. Hypno being one of them. Actually, if we go back, Sunflora is another one that I remember. It's like, how do I not have a Sunflora? It turns out I did have a Sunflora. I just never added it in. And so there's like a lot of others that I went through that did the same thing. So let's continue on. Oh, here, Sudowoodo. Bonsly, which I have mentioned before as being one of the very few things that is still eluding me because it's common. It's common in Obsidian Flames. Bonsly, before it got its reprint in Obsidian Flames, was also one of those old pack Pokemon. So, but now that it did get its reprint, it's fair pickings. We have the Lycanroc EX, I have the Shinx underneath this Luxio here to go with the Lux right there. We got that full art Starly. The Ampharos I got just from that battle deck. Here in that space is a Flapple, which really is only available in like Rebel Clash, so I don't know if I'll be able to get that. It's also available in the Brilliant Stars like check lane blister pack, so like if you ever go to the checkout aisle and like they have Pokemon cards on that, that's what this refers to. This Miss Magius is probably one of my favorite arts that's pretty much in this entire thing. It just looks so cool. Finally got that Phanpy that I needed for a long time. I am happy that I managed to fill out the Land Shark. Shiny Pelipper, Gyarados EX. So these two here. So this spot is supposed to go for Aracuda and Barraskewda, which are in Fusion Strike and I believe Vivid Voltage. Here is Gulpin and Swalot, which, if you can believe, are also old pack Pokemon. They haven't gotten a reprint since I believe Black and White series. However, they are being reprinted, I believe, in the next upcoming set, Stellar Crown. So once that gets like officially released, I'll try and get some of that and see if we can't get those too. Florges missing right there. I believe that is in Twilight Masquerade, so I'm gonna be getting more of that. Finally got the Haxorus and the Fracture to fill out this line, so I am happy about that. The Annihilate that I got from that box, and then the Armor Rouge that looks, I'm very, very happy about that. Here is the Wishcast, which is also available in Obsidian Flames, so I am gonna be needing to open a lot of that. You can see here I'm using Hisuian stuff, like for the Sliggoo and the Goodra. I'm okay with that. I think just like the regular versions of these are not too easy to get, so if I do get them, I'll certainly replace them. I did that with Zoroark. I had a Hisuian one in there, and then I pulled a regular one. But I'm okay with these being Hisuian. I'm completely fine with that. Let's see, and then we have all the evolutions that we got from that evolution box. Toxtricity EX, I think that's my first different type Terramon. This missing spot is Stantler. That is an Astral Radiance and Fusion Strike, so I need to get some of those. Here is Amoonguss, that is Obsidian Flames, and Silver Tempest. This is actually a Ditto. I know it looks like a Numel, but it's a Ditto. They had to disguise it into that, so I think that's pretty fun. And then here is a Stunky, which is in Rebel Clash. That's the earliest I can try and get. Otherwise, it's just an old packs. So I don't know about that one. I'll see if I can find Rebel Clash. Don't know if I'll be able to, but who knows. And then this is the Zoroark that I was talking about before. Previously, this was a Hisuian Zoroark, but since I pulled a regular one, I replaced it. Let's see now. Here we have a Poltergeist, also in Obsidian Flames. Like I said, it's target set. Fill out a lot of blank spaces. This is a Fomantis that is supposed to be, and then the evolution Lurantis. Both of those are in battle styles, and those are the only printings of those that are recent. And I don't know about those two. I really don't want to get battle styles. It's less than mid. It's just not a good set. There's not a lot of fun stuff in there, and I really don't want to get battle styles just for those two things. It doesn't feel good, doesn't feel right. So who knows, maybe I will just order those two as well separately. Maybe I'll bite the bullet and get some battle styles, who knows. Certainly I don't, not yet, anyway. Here we have the Fortress that we pulled, the Shiny Fortress. I really do like that art. This Espathra art is also very, very nice. Let me see if I can get it so where the glare. Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? Recently got the Mudsdale, the Mudbray, so that's nice. Here we have Volcarona that is in also Obsidian Flames, but it's also in Crown Zenith, which Kricketune is also in. It's in Crown Zenith. So maybe I'll just do some of that. Crown Zenith is a very fun set to open. We have the Trainer Gallery. We have those hidden sets in there. So that's very nice. Here is a Salamence. I was very surprised. These two were in that bulk that I that I went through. So I was very surprised at those. I wrote those off as old pack Pokemon, but no, I had them. They were in Silver Tempest. But this Salamence is not. The earliest is Darkness Ablaze, and it's a pretty high rarity at that. I did say before that Darkness Ablaze is kind of available. I have seen it in like Best Buy, but only like the Elite Trainer box. It kind of falls into the category of like Lurantis and Fomantis, where it's only available in that set. And given the higher rarity it is, I don't know if it's worth it just for the Salamence. But who knows? Who knows? Here we have Hatena. So that's in Rebel Clash and Chilling Reign. As is the Hatterene that goes here, but that's also in Crown Zenith. And then we have Grimmsnarl, that's supposed to go there. So that is in Darkness Ablaze as well, Fusion Strike, and Rebel Clash. Phalanx was also one of those Pokemon that was in my bulk that I just never added to the decks for whatever reason. We have Treepy and Dragapult. Those are pretty easier to get. They're in Twilight Masquerade. New set, I think they're pretty low rarity in there too. So I'll get some of that, and we can, add those in there as well. Tyranitar EX, I do just like how that looks there. Gastrodon and Shellos, those are, actually no, the Gastrodon was the one that was in my bulk that I just never added. Cloyster, supposed to go there. And for that is in Fusion Strike and 151. Now 151, notoriously hard to come by. You see restocks every now and then, but they're literally just Elite Trader boxes. Maybe if I see one, I'll get one and open it. The other thing is Fusion Strike. This is just an empty space. So I I miscounted when I was like going through this entire binder. I miscounted the spaces needed that I need to attribute. So this is just an empty space. I'll probably fill it with like a backwards card. But at the current time, I don't feel like taking out every single card and moving it one slot forward just to remedy this. Dragalge is supposed to go there, and that is in Crown Zenith. So, Crown Zenith, another one of those target sets that I need. Toxapex is supposed to go here, so that's Darkness Ablaze, that's Silver Tempest. We'll try to get that. I am very, very happy about this Dragonite. I wasn't very positive about getting this, but we got it from Silver Tempest, I believe, and it helped out a lot, just so much. Here is supposed to be Beartic. Yes, Beartic. I am consulting my list. So that is Darkness Blaze, Brilliant Stars, and Obsidian Flames. So again, Obsidian Flames popping up again. It is one of those target sets. Avalugg, that's supposed to go here. That one's a little weird. The most recent release of Avalugg is in Astral Radiance, but that's the Hisuian version. Astral Radiance is a lot easier to come by. If I want the normal one, that's in Evolving Skies, which is pretty much impossible to get now for a litany of reasons. So I'm fine with just using the Hisuian versions. Same thing with Braviary. It's also in Evolving Skies, Astral Radiance. Astral Radiance has the Hisuian version. Again, Evolving Skies, not easy to come by. Not at all. Now we finally move on to like the Paradox stuff, like we're almost at the end here. So we have that shiny Great Tusk from the Paldean Fates tin. I did manage to get the Fluttermane. It's still in the wrapping from the ETB, but I did manage to get it into here. This is Slitherwing. That is in Shroud of Fable, Paradox Rift. Shroud of Fable, I think it's just like a common or an uncommon, so it's pretty easy to get. Paradox Rift, I think it's a higher rarity, so I'll probably go for the Shroud of Fable instead. Looking very, very good here. We have the Iron Hands, the Iron Moth. So this was one of the ones that I pulled during my break. I did open some packs during my break, not to record it, but I just wanted to open it myself. And so this was one of the ones that I did get. I think this was from Paradox Rift or Temporal Forces. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I was hyped when I pulled it because it looks cool. It looks really, really cool. Last page, we can see the last thing that we're missing here is a Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon, pretty easy to get, pretty common in Temporal Forces. It's a higher rarity in Paradox Rift, but it also has one of those self-contained release boxes like Iron Valiant was in. There's a multitude of ways of getting that, but that is what's rounding out this last page. So yeah, there's not a lot we're missing. We have a majority of it. We're only missing like 35 out of the 400. So I can definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like I said before, if those unobtainable Pokemon from old packs, I will probably just like get the singles online once I get everything else. That's my condition that I'm putting on myself. I have to get everything else before I can do those. But that is the updates. Like, I don't think there's a page that has more than 3 blanks. And I don't think there's very many of those either. Like here, this is 3 blanks, but there's not a lot of those. There's nothing less than 3. I'm very happy about the progress that I've made. But yeah, that's the update. That's the deck so far. And I will see you guys next time.